Hello, WorldofJ2012 here, and welcome to another video. This one is actually a little different because this is actually a pickups video. Yes, now if you don't remember, basically, for about a week, I was in New York. And when I was in New York, I found like a few neat little bits and bobs. I found a lot of them actually. I did test them all to make sure they worked. So I'm only going to show the ones that did work. So But yeah, basically I found a lot of neat things. Lots of neat shirts, nice movies that you can't find at home, shows that you can't find at home, um, and just simple things really. Yeah, so I'm basically gonna show them off here, the New York pickups. But before I do that, I'm gonna show off a few pickups that aren't from New York, but were still kind of recentish. That I think would be fun to show off in the video. So we'll start with those first. So starting off with this Pomni figurine, which I think looks really cool. I found this one in Smith's. They had a few. I found it very fascinating. They had a lot of amazing digital circus merchandise. So I found it. So I just thought, I'd go for it. I'd pick up one of the ones. I think this was the only one of this particular figure. I think they had ones that are like blind boxes. I didn't go with those. I just wanted to get a simple one of Pomni. And I actually really love the artwork on this as well. So we have like the characters here. We have Pomni, Jax, Kane, Kinger. On that side we have Zooble, Bubble. And there we got Ragatha and Gangle there, of course. And there's those nice little things here. So this is one figure, one collector's guide. So opening inside, it's just a simple thing. It's just a collector's guide. I did take out the figure, so it's just a nice little thing. It's telling you all the things that you can collect. And some of them are like all, and these are all kind of figures that you can get. So I'm very pleased with what I have here. So this is just a simple one here of Pomni. The Deadpool 3 movie collection. Now these are all movies that I really love. So I was like, I used to have like the set of all of Deadpool 1 and 2, but I got rid of it to make room for this, which which is much better because this is all one set and has all the 3 movies anyway, which is great. And these movies are actually really good. At least I think so anyway. So yeah, we got the movies here, all pretty good. They don't have artwork on them unfortunately, but that's okay. It's not too bad. I even managed to like get a little discount on them too, as you can see, which is really cool. So I spent only a tenner on that. Zulu. Now this is a movie I've never seen, but I heard really good things, so I hope to get around to it someday. There's all these ones that are like kind of blind buys, but they're like ones I do want to check out one day. So there's that. I heard hear good things, so maybe I'm sure it'll be good. It seems like a little epic-y one myself. I have no idea what this is about, so looking forward to seeing it at some point. Sailor Moon Supers, this season 4. Now if you know me, I'm a really big fan of Sailor Moon, and I'm actually trying to get all the Sailor Moon seasons and the movies. Well, I'll show them off later on. It's a bit of foreshadowing, but yeah, this is a season 4. I'm collecting the seasons from Spain because I can't really be bothered to get them from America and the UK, and there's less said about the UK. But I was gonna save these for when I'm actually showing off a video about them, but I might as well show them off very quickly. I'm not gonna show them off too much because I'd rather wait for their own video to show them off properly. And that video will come out once I have all the seasons. So yeah, so it's just a simple little video, just a simple little teaser of what I've been getting. Hazbin Hotel Season 1. Now, yes, I am very much aware this set is technically not official. This is actually a Chinese bootleg. I know. But the thing is, there's no official release of this season, so I can get away with it. This doesn't look too bad for a bootleg. It's not the worst design I've ever seen. That's certainly much more effort than what I would put into my things. As you can see, no copyright information. There's the credits are actually correct, which is a surprise. I did actually have a bit of a playthrough of these DVDs for a bit before I tried them out. As you can see, they're on 3 discs, and they're also on a CDR, DVD-R even. If it was on a CDR, that would be even worse, because that would mean it would be very compressed. But these are on a DVD-R, 3 DVD-Rs. I find it weird that it's on 3 discs, despite the fact that it's only 9 episodes, with the pilot episode included. Maybe they wanted to keep the quality of the DVDs, make sure it doesn't look too compressed. I don't know, but yeah, this is an interesting DVD. Not official in any way. Once they do make an official DVD, I might get rid of this one, as if they would ever make one. But you know, never mind. And finally, for the ones that are not from New York, a boxed copy of Tweety's High Flying Adventure on Game Boy Color. Now, I've been trying to get more boxed Game Boy stuff. I found this one from only a $5, and I thought I'd go for it. From what little I played of it, it seems to be an alright little game. I know it's based on the Looney Tunes movie Tweety's High Flying Adventure, which I loved a lot as a kid. I watched it a lot on VHS. I had the DVD of it as well. It's an alright movie. It's not my favourite one, but it's a childhood classic, so I can't complain. Take the box out to show that it is indeed complete. Yes, it has the game. That's the safety precautions. And it does include the manual there as well, so it's all complete, which is really cool. And not much else to say, really. Seems to be an alright little game. I haven't played enough to it to make a full judgment, but basically it seems to be like a game where you collect basically to defeat little cats, and you get their paw prints just like you would in the movie. But it's alright. Might give that a go later on at some point. Okay, now we're on to the New York pickups. So I'm not going to show these off in any particular order. So I'll just pick up whatever ones, or random ones I see. So we have a few shirts. I found this one of Pomni here. I found a few ones from Hot Topic. This nice little, it's a bit hard to get because it's a little bit awkward. But this nice one of Pomni I got on Hot Topic. I got a few ones from Hot Topic. This is a nice little glittery Pomni one, which is really cool. I didn't just get that though. I also picked up a Murder Drones one featuring Uzi and N. And I thought in their prom gear, which I thought was really cute, because I thought I wanted to get a Murder Drones shirt, but I wanted to have one with both of them on it, very prominent on it, and I thought this one looked really cute, so I'd go for that one. And finally for the shirts, actually from Hot Topic that is, I also got this little Sailor Moon one, which I think is my favorite one, honestly. We actually got all the main Sailor Guardians there. We have Sailor Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus. Sorry, it's a bit hard to get all on frame, but it's still really cool to have that one. I also have another shirt, but from the Nintendo store this time. Kept it in this bag. How appropriate, because we got a little Nintendo Direct as well, so it's a really much appropriate time to do this. It's a simple little Nintendo shirt. Everyone comes to play, even, and it has a little link on it. Nice stuff. Still kept the tag on it. Still haven't properly tried it on yet, but it's still really cool. You know, I got a little Smash Brothers CD, featuring soundtrack from Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and the 3DS. Found this one in a little store in New York, which had little games. They didn't have really any games I wanted, but I spotted this in the corner of my eye, and I thought, I'll go for it. But yeah, the case is a bit broken, but the discs are actually in really good condition. A red disc for 3DS music, and a blue disc for Wii U music. And it's still, I just thought it was really cool that I found a video game soundtrack, considering that's something I definitely don't have enough of in my collection. I found this thing when in McDonald's. I had the McDonald's Land meal, and they came with little discs. I think they have these little things depending on, it's just kind of random. But I had the box in this one, And inside is actually, my one anyway. I think they were like all completely random. The one I got was actually of, I noticed I actually kept to the wrapping on this one. And the one I got was actually of Grimace, which is really cool. And I think it's just a little thing that I think they just come with a little thing. I don't actually understand too well, but I still find it really cool that this came with a little tin of Grimace. Another figure, another Sailor, and it's a Sailor Moon one. In fact, although it's a bit. Well, I'll show you the figure in a moment. But basically, it's Sailor Venus. This is just the box for it. Featuring the character, and you can see all the different characters that you can collect. This was the only one I found in the store, by the way. So I'm gonna have to I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, considering it's gonna be very. But I'll show you anyway. Oh, here we go. It works just fine. Now you see, it's a little Sailor Venus, which I thought was like really cool, and I thought, hey, I don't have enough Sailor Moon merch, so I thought I'd go for this one, because this was the only one that they had on the window anyway. So yeah, I'll go for that. Another figure that I have, this one's a little bit different, is this little one. This one's actually a figure that you build yourself. It's one of Jirachi, one of my favorite mythicals. I only paid $10 for it, but this was really cool. As you can see, it actually came with these little parts there that you pull together, and there's like instructions on the bottom. The box got a little damage from the rain, as you can see, unfortunately. But I actually already built this figure. And here he is. I thought this was really cool. It felt like building Lego, actually. Although not quite the same, but it's still kind of cool. It felt like really nice to have a little bit of a building figure break. And actually, and the details look really cool as well. It feels very high quality. These are all stickers, but they're very nice as well, I think. Yeah, and I just think it looks really cool. I'm gonna show off a few. Okay, I'm gonna show off a few in random. Pokemon. Oh, going back to a Pokemon theme would make sense. Pokemon Secrets of the Jungle. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I mainly have this because I'm mainly trying to get all the Pokemon movies. I have seen all the Pokemon movies. That's a video I'm gonna be making at some point. But this wasn't one of my favorite ones. It was okay. It just felt very, very derivative of Tarzan. But I don't know. It was okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing. But it's still better than bloody Kieran versus the Sword of Justice. This looks here. It's all good. I bought this in the Barnes & Noble. Interestingly, the spine has a shiny Celebi on it. Oh, if it'll focus. Yeah, it has a little Celebi on it. I don't know why. And there's probably a reason for it. I just kind of forgot it. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. This is the first ever Criterion Collection DVD I ever got. And almost certainly the last, considering this was quite an expensive one. It was like $30. Yeah, so... Yeah, but this is still a really cool one. And it's one of a movie I wanted to have anyways, so... And especially considering this is one of the very few Netflix things that doesn't have an official... That has an official physical release. The discs look really cool. It even has a little booklet here, which is awesome. There's a little bit of a flick through. There's like a little production notes and stuff. It's all well and good, and there's like some nice little artwork in there too. Little credits. There's a few more interesting things. Some nice concept art and all that stuff. Really good things. Yeah, a really great movie too. I actually remember seeing it in the cinema when it came out, before it officially came out on Netflix, which is really cool. Yeah, a really great movie. Thoroughly Modern Millie. This is one I've actually never seen. A few of these are actually blind buys. So, but this is one I was like kind of curious to have anyway, because I heard this was actually another good one. So yeah, this is like a musical, from my understanding, and it has Julie Andrews. She seems to be in a lot of musicals. But I haven't seen this one, but I'm curious to know if this one's any good. It might be like a really good one. So yeah, everything's in here. Rated G. Just like most things aren't these days. The Bob's Burgers movie. This one, I haven't seen Bob's Burgers properly, but I have seen the movie, I thought it was a really good movie. I actually remember seeing this in the cinema, and I was like very excited to see when it would come out on DVD. Unfortunately, it never did come out on DVD in the UK and Ireland, which is a big shame and also kind of a crime. So yeah, this is a US only DVD as far as I can see. Nice artwork. This was a really good movie, and the songs were pretty good from what I remember. This is not too bad. And I think this is the sort of movie you might enjoy even if you've never seen Bob's Burgers, the series. So, yeah, I thought this was a really nice see. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Another one that I haven't seen, but I heard was really good. It won all the awards it won like Oscars and stuff. Heard really good things. I know it's on Amazon Prime, but this was just one I always wanted to have anyway. And it's also one of the very few things from A24 that I own. Yeah, I heard really good things, so let me know what you think of this one. Just have a bit more expectations for it. I'm going to change up a bit, because I was just mostly showing DVDs. I'm going to show a single set. This Three Stooges set. This one, they had a lot of Three Stooges stuff when I was in New York, so they had like a few things. This one is not one of the officially released ones. This one I think is actually mainly just has public domain crap, so nothing too outstanding here. But I guess for having a small selection of Three Stooges things, it's not too bad, I suppose. It says that it's fully restored and enhanced, but everyone knows that these are just kind of like, because they're like public domain, they're like very crappy masters. I mean, I did see a few officially released Three Stooges DVDs from Sony, but unfortunately this isn't one of them. But it's okay, I suppose. It's not the best thing to have in the collection. Code Lyoko on the DS. This one, I actually remember, I have played a bit of this one before on emulator. I remember it being alright. It's basically like kind of half point and click, half like 3D platformer action game, from what I remember. I mean, I know the show is really good. I've seen a good bits of it. I mean, I have another game in the series I want to show as well. But you can see it's half. You can see it's like half point and click and half action game. So that's pretty cool. Open it up there. Oh, I almost forgot. I kept another thing inside here that I couldn't show off because it's like I have no way to actually show it. Teen Titans on the Game Boy Advance. I have the PS2 Teen Titans game, but never had the Game Boy Advance one until now. This is actually a really fun little game, actually. It's like a little 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up, and it's like you have to play with all the Titans' powers. Part of me wonders if it's better than the PS2 one. Yeah, I can even tell where I bought it from. Vugni. But yeah, this was alright. And Code Lyoko on the DS was also a pretty fine game as well. It's a bit of an awkward one to put away. Because Game Boy Advance games are like very awkward to like put away. I'll just put it away later. Scribblenauts Unmasked on the 3DS. I have a modded 3DS, so I can play my 3DS games region free. But yeah, this is a really good, cool one. It's basically a Scribblenauts game, but it's also a DC crossover. So it's like, and the weird thing is that on the 3DS and Wii U, it was a US exclusive. For some reason, they never got it outside of the US, but we got Unlimited. I mean, I know Unmasked came out on PC on Steam, but I wanted to have a physical copy of the game anyway. But yeah, I just found that really fascinating. Yeah. Animaniacs 10-Pin Alley on PS1. I have a few PS1 titles there that I want to show, but this is the first one that was on the pile. Yes, this is basically a reskin of Tenpin Alley with Animaniacs characters, thus making it more exciting to play. But this is an alright game. From what I played of it, it's a bit hard to like get used to because like the controls are like not too beginner friendly at all. But it's alright. It's basically got little animated characters you can play as. You can play as the Warners, you can play as Hello Nurse, Thaddeus Plotz, Ralph, Scratch and Sniff, Mindy, the Brain. There's like and I believe, and I know the Good Feathers appear in it as well. But yeah, this is a pretty fascinating little game. And at least it's good to have to add to my Animaniacs collection. Rayman Brain Games. Now, this one's an interesting one because this is also known as Rayman Jr. in Europe. Although the interesting thing is that where Rayman Jr. had like levels, but each level was like released as a separate game. In Rayman Brain Games, each level was released on this disc, so making this more efficient. And it's basically just Rayman, but with educational content in it. Basically the same bullshit Rayman gameplay, just with more educational content. Not much else to say, really. Yeah. Family Feud, starring Louis Anderson. There he is. Yeah. Oh, out of focus now. Yeah, this is Family Feud. Basically, it's a game show. That everyone knows is basically the one where you have to like say answers and see if it's on the board and stuff like that. I thought I'd get it on the PS1 because I thought it was kind of funny and it was also pretty cheap too. So, and it's a US exclusive as well. So, there's Louis Anderson again. Good for him. But yeah, this is I don't know, this game is kind of really whack. Like it's quite bad, but it's kind of the funny bad, so it's not too bad in that sense. And it has like loads of FMVs of Louis Anderson, so can't go too wrong there. Hari Birdman, Attorney at Law on PSP. I did find a few I know this was another US exclusive. They released this on the Wii and the PS2 as well, but I got it on the PSP. It's from what I understand, it's basically kind of like, I know it's based on an Adult Swim show, and it's one of only two that really released back in the day. It's basically from what I understand, it's basically kind of like Ace Attorney in a way, which makes sense because it is also a Capcom game. Yeah, not much else to say here. The game looks pretty cool as well. It feels faithful to the source material, and yeah, not much else to say really. School of Rock. Now this one is a really awesome one. I actually rewatched this one not too long ago. And it was much better than I actually remember as a kid. Cause like this one is actually really cool. Like one of my favorite Jack Black movies. I found this and I thought I got this for like, I know this is a very common movie. I found this for like $5 in Barnes and Noble. So I thought I'd go for it. I also think this cover looks really badass as well. It just looks so cool. Yeah, this is a really good movie. A very interesting like movie. I made a little like, I've seen it before. Yeah, this is just a disc. It's a very plain disc. Not much else, but a really great movie featuring Jack Black leading a bunch of kids to like do some rock and roll. It's like so awesome. It's awesome movie. Ren and Stimpy, the almost complete series. This being called the almost complete series because it's not including the adult party cartoons. Although if you ask me, that's a good thing. Because those cartoons were fucking awful. But yeah, I have the little Ren and Stimpy thing here. I actually got this to replace my old Ren and Stimpy Seasons 1 and 2 set. Because this has all the series. Which is great. I know it's not one of my favorite cartoons, but it's still a classic Nicktoon. Well, I say Nicktoon. It doesn't really say any Nickelodeon on here. It doesn't really mention Nickelodeon anywhere on this box. It does mention Paramount though. So, in Viacom. The discs are just the simple old releases, which fair enough. No, And it's just very cool to see like some very classic Nickelodeon animation. And it's like really, and it's like very wacky. There's like very gross and kind of in a good way. At least back when John Kay used to like know how to do it. Very interesting. This box doesn't actually mention John Kay anywhere on here. I wonder why. It's not because he's an absolute creep or anything. Ooh, awful. Another Nickelodeon set. This one's much bigger and really cool. The best 300 episodes ever of SpongeBob SquarePants. This has all the SpongeBob seasons up from season 1 to season 14. You might remember I actually made a video featuring all the season sets that I had of SpongeBob. Unfortunately, because I have this, I don't have them anymore. Actually got rid of all of them. Made a lot of money. But no, yeah, I just got this to replace it, just so that I don't have to like worry about everything else. It's a big set. It's got a lot of SpongeBob on there. Quite a lot of it, actually. Won't be able to like look at all the discs, as a matter of fact. Rugrats, another classic Nickelodeon cartoon. This one features, well, Rugrats. This one's I've actually watched like a good bit of it as a kid, so this is gonna be one that I feel like would be very good to me, you know. It's got like nice little photos and stuff, and it has like all the episodes on here, which is really cool. And up to this point, and yeah, this has a few bonus contents here. This is just so cool to have, you know, especially considering I actually had a few Rugrats, not DVDs, but had VHSs of Rugrats as well. So it's really cool that I have this just out there to watch whenever I want. You Don't Know Jack, the Irreverent Trivia Party Game. Now, this one I actually have played before. You might remember years ago I made like an old video about it. But this is basically the precursor to the Jackbox Party Pack games. And in fact, there is actually a reboot of the old, Jack games on the PC and PS1 and all that. But I think this might be the best one personally, because it's just a very simple pick up and play party game. It's like a little quiz game, but it's like very irreverent but very true answers. It's just so cool and very funny. Like, it's absolutely mental, but in a good way. But yeah, this game's just so much fun. And it is a shame that it's a US exclusive, because I think this would have been like so fun if it came out in other countries, you know. Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity, another Code Lyoko game. I know they made like 3 of them, but I only found 2. But this is Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity on the Wii. It's basically like a little. It's basically you get to explore the Lyoko areas, and it's right. I didn't play too much of this one. I have played it on all the consoles. I know it's on the Wii, PS2, and PSP, but it has like the few things that you can explore. It's like loads of fun. Yeah, it's just very interesting. I just haven't played enough of it to make a proper opinion. So, yeah. Had to turn on the lights because the room just suddenly started getting dark. Anyway, time for a little change of that with some books. I have this little Saturday morning adventures with featuring some different Disney cartoons. We got like some neat ones. We got Doug. Well, it's Disney's Doug anyway. We got Pepper Ann, Recess, a bunch of other cool stuff. I'll show you a few of them. Cool that it opened up and it already starts out with Pepper Ann. It's really cool. Especially since I feel like Pepper Ann really needs a lot more representation. I just feel like it's a very underrated cartoon. Oh, there's some Teacher's Pet in there as well. A few Mickey Mouse ones. There's Doug again. Let me turn it to a good page. This is Recess. I just kind of fun to like flick over. And one thing I found very interesting is that it even includes Buzz Lightyear Star Command comics, which is really cool. If Disney won't acknowledge it on Disney Plus or something, at least it's kind of cool to acknowledge it here. I just remember they released this comic on a DVD, didn't they? But this is really cool. And another book I have is actually a Ghibli one. Studio Ghibli: The Complete Works. I actually remember reading this in the library, in a library once, and I thought it was so cool that I wanted to have a copy of it myself. And now I do. This is a really good book to flick through. It's kind of like the Ghibli version of the Pixarpedia in a way. You got some nice little information of all the different Ghibli movies that they've released. It's so cool. Spirited Away, one of the best ones. My only concern about this book is that because this came out before this actually came out before the Boy and the Heron, that was it. This came out before The Boy and the Heron, so the latest Ghibli movie, unfortunately, would have been Earwig and the Witch. Which, ew. But apart from that, it's still a really cool book. And I think it's really good to show off. It's nice. It's a nice little coffee book, I think. Coffee table book. Promare. This is another one I have never seen. But it is from Studio Trigger, so it's something that I'm excited to see once I do. And this one's a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. With a Blu-ray on one disc and a DVD on the other. But yeah, I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm very excited to see how this lives up. This one I have seen though. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Now, this one is really good. This was actually quite funny, and it's really cool that I'm just happy that they finally released it. This one's not from Warner Brothers, though. This one's from Ketchup Entertainment. It doesn't say their name on the box or on the disc or anything. I'll show the disc, actually. It doesn't say the name on the disc or anything, but I suppose that kind of gives it away, doesn't it? This is a really good movie. It's really funny, and it's like great. It has lots of great moments. It's got great characters, great animation, great score, and all that. My only problem is that I hate that Warner Bros. Basically just left it to rot. So just had someone else pick it up, and I don't think it did too well in the box office, unfortunately. Although, the one cool thing is that because this is not released by Warner Bros. And by Ketchup, this technically would make it an independent film, which is interesting. Pac-Man Fever on PlayStation 2. I got a lot of PS2 stuff, so I'm going to show them off there. So, this is basically a party game with different Namco characters. It's just a simple little party game. Kind of Mario Party type game. It's an alright one, just a little bit cheap in terms of the computer players sometimes. I've been trying to complete this one actually, so it was also released on the GameCube. I thought I'd get it on PS2 because that was the one I saw. But yeah, it's an okay game. At least I think so. This one I'm going to show both of, because they're kind of connected. Mega Man Anniversary Collection and Mega Man X Collection. These ones are really cool, and they are also US exclusives as well. So this one has the games up to Mega Man 1 to 8, which is great, especially since I know those games are like harder to find these days, considering I don't have an NES. Well, I do have a PS1 Super Nintendo, but I'm not gonna be able to like play through them because I know Mega Man 8's like said to be expensive in it. And this one has Mega Man X 1 through 6, plus a little extra game that was never released, which I think is really cool. That if I have a way to like finally play through the Mega Man games on the PS2 without needing to like worry too much, because these are games I've always wanted to like play more of, and I just feel upset that I don't have enough Mega Man games in my collection. Activision Anthology. This is just a compilation of games for the Atari 2600 that Activision released. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a very simple but effective compilation of Activision games for the Atari. There's a few commercials there too, and there's like a few. It's just kind of cool actually. It's not too deep, not too special, but you know, it's just simple to play, pop in and play. Katamari Damacy and We Love Katamari. I know We Love Katamari was released in Europe, but for some weird reason, Katamari Damacy was never released in Europe, and I have no idea why. This game is actually... I actually played a little bit of this one. I was like curious to know. I've always wanted to get into these games. And now that I have, I must say, these are like really fun and really, really crazy games. Like you go rolling around collecting all the crap that you see, and you make one big giant ball even, of little all the things that you collect and roll over. It's so much fun. It's just absolutely crazy, you know. I also have the sequel, but I didn't play enough of that one. But I'll mainly just try and get into them when I do all the games, you know. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. This is a remake of Chain of Memories on Game Boy Advance, but this one is a Chain of Memories. So basically, it's a 3D version of Chain of Memories. Not much else to say. I haven't played enough of this one. I'm trying to play through the Kingdom Hearts games, but I'm also trying to play through them in order. So, but from what I have played of this one, it seems to be quite fun. So really cool stuff here. Not much left now. The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, the complete series. This is actually one that a friend of mine suggested, so I thought I'd go for it. And you know, actually, I have a little bit of a experience with Rocky and Bullwinkle. I have seen like a few bits and bobs from it. I know I've seen like a good bit of Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I've seen the movie. I've seen the Netflix show. I've seen the 2000 movie, but I haven't properly sat through the entirety of this classic series, which I think is a bit of a shame because I heard really good things about it. So, yeah, I really should give this a go. I've heard, so it must be like really cool. Courage the Cowardly Dog, the complete series. This one I actually have seen a good bit of when I was a kid. So this is like really creepy, but also really funny at the same time. Like the characters are like really cool. Like there are a lot of weird characters, but a lot of like interesting ones too. We have like Courage, we have Muriel and Eustace. It's like really cool. And I actually have this. I didn't find too many Cartoon Network sets. As a matter of fact, I feel like I've seen more Nickelodeon sets than Cartoon Network ones, but still really cool that I found at least one here. Pac-Man Versus and Pac-Man World 2. This is a double pack of Pac-Man games. And these games are not technically exclusive, and I do already have Pac-Man World 2 on PS2. But Pac-Man Versus they never released this particular set in Europe, so I thought it was kind of cool to have it here. And yeah, it's just Pac-Man Versus is basically a fun little multiplayer game that uses the Game Boy Advance link cable, which is kind of fun and really cool. Both discs are there, and they're both pretty fine. But yeah, this is kind of fun. Dora the Explorer Journey to the Purple Planet. The only reason I actually have this game is because I found it very cheap in GameStop. This was only like $7, and the PAL copy of this was like, I think it's like 70 or something. And so I'm like, I'd rather just get the American copy if I were to get any copy at all, which I wasn't expecting to ever find a copy, but here we go. No manual, but you know, I'm not too upset about that. It was like $7, so it's a very basic game for preschoolers anyway. So what do you really need to know? Every button jumps. Rayman Arena. Now this one is interesting because this is basically released in Europe as Rayman M. But here's the interesting thing. This was released, the GameCube and Xbox versions were not released in Europe. And in fact, the GameCube and Xbox versions are actually very different from the PS2 and PC versions as well. So, therefore, I consider this a pretty different game from the Rayman M. Well, I find it really cool. In fact, dare I say, I consider this a little better than Rayman M. From what I have played in the past. I've played this game before. I have emulated it before. But now I have a physical copy. So, woohoo. The Critic, the complete series. Another one I haven't properly seen, but I have heard about it. And I know John Lovett is in it. Yes, but I have heard good things about it, so hopefully one day I'll get to like going around to watch it. I heard some really funny things. I have seen a bit of it just to see how it's like, and it seemed pretty funny. So I thought I'd have a bit of. I thought maybe it would be kind of fun to like have a bit of a binge at some point. A few more here, not much left. Footloose. Now, I haven't seen this one again. I heard good things about it, and it has a nice ingredient, Kevin Bacon, which is really cool. From what I understand, it's basically that movie where dancing is forbidden, like Master Shake would say. But yeah, I have not properly seen this yet. I would like to, though, because it's one on my list to watch. So, yeah, that's definitely one I definitely would love to see. The Addams Family and Addams Family Values on one disc as well. So I'll show you here. It's on the one disc. Really cool that I have it here. They actually used to have both these movies individually, but I decided I'd find this one because I had them both in one case, and yeah, it's just a safe space really. And these were both, and the fact that both those movies are really good helps a lot. So yeah, really good movies. I really recommend you see them. Really funny actually. But don't bother with reunion. Don't watch What Addams Family Reunion, because that one was complete ass. Of course, it wouldn't be me if I didn't get Franklin and the Turtle Lake Treasure. They didn't have a lot of Franklin things in America, funnily enough. They did have Franklin and the Turtle Lake Treasure, which I do already have on the UK DVD, but I think I might replace it with this one. Honestly, I think this cover looks much better, personally, than the UK one. You have Franklin, Bear, Snail, and Sam. I actually made a video about this particular movie as well years ago. I thought it was really good. I think it might be one of the great ones. And this was released by HBO. Who better to release a Franklin DVD than the company that decided to end The Sopranos with a cut to black? Yeah. But this is still a really cool, really great movie. Like an absolute banger, for sure. I did say I was going to do the Sailor Moon stuff, and here's more of them. Sailor Moon, the Sailor Moon R movie, the Sailor Moon S movie, and the Sailor Moon Supers movie. All of these being Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And yeah, it wouldn't be me if I didn't find them at least somehow. But these are really good movies, I think. And I think, although I think they work better if you've actually seen the seasons that they represent. So if you watch season... So once you finish Sailor Moon R, you watch this, and the same with the others. I did make a little video of the Sailor Moon videos, detailing these in more detail. So if you want to see what I think of those, just watch those. But I'm just so happy to finally show them off here. And again, I'll show them off again once I do that Sailor Moon collection video. The Angry Beavers, the complete series. This is one that I'm not super familiar with, because I haven't seen any of this actually as a kid, unfortunately. Because this is one I actually would have loved to see, but I just never seen it. Never aired here, or it's never aired when I was watching it, so never found a way to see it. But I heard this one said to be like a really classic Nickelodeon cartoon, so I might as well go with the flow. I might give this a go one day. Hopefully, it might be amazing. I know Richard Stephen Horvitz is in it, aka Zim, Billy, and Moxie. So that's really cool. All of the Other Reindeer, a classic Christmas special. That's why I got it in September. But no, this is actually really good and funny Christmas special. It's got some really cool animation. It has very Simpsons style writing, which makes sense because it has like the staff from the Simpsons writing it, so that makes sense. It's really good. It's actually really cool. It's actually a really good movie. And I never actually... I know the movie did get released in the UK. I just never spotted it. That's the thing. I just never seen it anywhere. So I just found, for sort of fact that I found this for like $2, I thought I'd go for it. Yeah, at least now I have a way to watch it. That's the important thing. And going back to Christmas stuff, we have Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. Another one I actually haven't seen. I heard really good things about it. It must be it must be an amazing one if they really consider it a big classic. You don't see Christmas specials get a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack these days. There you go. And but yeah, this is another combo pack, and it has like some nice little things inside too. Like we have the thing here with the Mr. Magoo's. We have the Blu-ray, we have the DVD, and we have a little art card with a signature, and we have a little excerpt of one of the like behind the scenes things, which is really cool, production notes and all that. So maybe I'm sure this is like said to be. I'm sure this is like a really good Christmas special. I'm sure because it's like, after all, it is the very first animated holiday Christmas special for TV. So, which I was surprised to learn about as well, actually. So that's kind of cool. Not much longer now. We only have like 2 more things to show. My Neighbor Totoro. Now, I already have My Neighbor Totoro on DVD. I have the Optimum release. Although it's kind of scratched, I'm going to replace that at some point. But this is an interesting one because this features a dub that was never officially re-released since. This is the Streamline dub, which is very cool to have, considering, like I said, this was never officially re-released at any point. I just find it's really cool to actually have a physical copy. My only concern is I have to be very careful with this disc because it has a small crack there, see? No, not too big. It doesn't damage. It's not damaged. The data side is not damaged, thankfully. Just gotta be very careful with it. So it still works perfectly from start to end, so that's the important thing. But yes, this is a really cool one. Maybe I might have a go at watching this dub in particular to see if it's any better than the Disney one. So yeah, that'll be kind of fun to try out. And finally, Weird Al Yankovic's UHF. Now, this one, I've not actually seen either, but this one I know is said to be like a really classic one from Weird Al Yankovic, and I'm actually a really big Weird Al Yankovic fan, so of course I would love to have this on in the collection, just because, you know, and the good thing especially is that this movie was never, I mean, I think it was released in the UK, it's just you never see it. That's the thing, you never ever see it. I've never seen it in any store, so the fact that I finally have a US copy just makes me happy. And it's one of those double-sided discs. So one side is widescreen, and the other side is 4x3. I just usually have it on the widescreen side. So yeah, that's pretty much all the pickups I picked up during my time in New York City. And little extra ones there. Oh, hang on, wait, I forgot something. Can't believe I forgot these. So you have Destroy All Humans on the Switch. It's basically a little remake of Destroy All Humans, which I have played a little bit of. I just never played through the entirety of it because it's quite a longish game. But I have enjoyed my time with what I have, and I'm just happy to see that they have the Switch copy here because I've never seen the game on the Switch, only on the PS4 and Xbox. So you have Samba de Amigo Party Central. This one I actually haven't properly tried yet, but I'm just so excited to see when I do, because I did enjoy the original Samba de Amigo on the Wii. So I imagine this one will be just as fun. I do like me some like rhythm party games, so this will be right up my street. And that is it for my pickups in New York City, for reals this time. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If I did, I'd be kicking myself. But I think I should be everything. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. This quite long video of the pickups. And yeah, this is World of J 2012 signing out.